behalf of the National HRD Network Bangalore, my executive team, I have pleasure in inviting all of you to this evening. This invite goes out to all my fellow professionals who have turned out in very large numbers, to some of the venture capitalists who are here, to the media, and also to the entrepreneurs who are making this evening happen. So a very warm welcome to all of you. This is the first meeting of the 2013-15 term, and we were thinking, what should we do this time? And the question that came up to us 10 years ago, I don't know if people would have responded saying, look, social media, HR outsourcing, job portals and stuff like that would be there. But indeed, if we look at the lives of us, the HR people, a lot of it has changed because of inventions, innovations of this kind. So we thought, why not ask the same question now and see who are the entrepreneurs who are working absolutely on the cutting edge, who will change our lives over the next 10 years. So the question rhetorically was, who is going to be the next LinkedIn or the next Naukri.com? So the best place to go and seek advice on this was the venture capitalists. So I reached out to some of my friends, we reached out to some of our old friends, Samir among them, Sanjay, Shraddha, and so on and so forth. And it is the VCs who recommended a list of companies which we could consider. So all of you who are here today and who have been showcasing your products are here because the investors believe that there is promise in your ideas. So congratulations.
Thank you.
There are 8 companies who will be showcased today. And we wanted to look at Bangalore and provide a platform for people who are in Bangalore. And all the companies who will come up on stage have some base in Bangalore. Introduction, I want to invite Samir Kumar, who will moderate this evening's session. So Samir, if you can. Samir, as you would have seen from the mailer that went out, is the Managing Director of Inventors Capital, a graduate from IIT Bombay and then IIM Bangalore. With venture capitalists, they have a mixed reputation, right? Many venture capitalists you meet are often seen as people who are bean counters, people who are very shrewd, and not the people whom you would like to meet on a blind alley. But I can tell you that Samir is an exception to some of the things that I mentioned. He is an absolutely thorough gentleman. And if at any point in time in life you need very sage counsel, he is the man to go to.
So thanks, Sudesh. Good evening and welcome to all of you too. Okay, let's come to the format that we have. We have 8 startups. The way Jayant and I discussed we will conduct this is 4 startups will present first. Each will present for 5 minutes. At the end of that 5-minute presentation, there will be one question. So the guy, the lady or gentleman who has the most burning desire to ask that question will stand up. And if there are more than one, I'll pick. You can ask that question to that entrepreneur. And then we will go on to the next one. Once 4 companies have presented, we'll sort of pause and take a few more questions and then go on to the second batch of entrepreneurs. And again, the second batch will follow the same format. And then at the end, if there's time, and I don't know how much time we have, but if there's time, we can have more questions and answers. Is that okay? Okay, so this was a random order that we drew up. We'll get started. The first entrepreneur to present will be WhistleTalk.
Thank you, NHRD, for giving this opportunity to present our story. So I am presenting WhistleTalk. So let's meet Vidya. Vidya is just married and she is thinking of taking a vacation in Goa. Let's see, she wants to have a great time at Goa, so she started researching online and she found that she reaches out to online blogs and reaches out to travel agents, finds out more information, and she found that these are some of the best resorts that are out there in Goa. But the final decision that she takes in finding one of the resorts that she has to she has to go mostly comes from a friend's recommendation. So our friends' recommendation are playing a huge importance in some of our lives. They are sharing their experience. They are sharing what's good, what's bad, and we are helpful. We are happy that some of our friends are sharing these things. We believe that this can be taken to the recruitment model also. So meet Deepak. He's an architect, and he's the right candidate for one of your organizations. And typically through the agencies, through the social medias, through the job boards, you are trying to reach out to this candidate. He sends them emails, sends them phone calls. He doesn't respond to your email. He doesn't pick your call because it's a cold call. And there's no relationship between your agency or your recruiter who is trying to reach out to the candidate. Let's meet one of your company employees, Anand. He knows your company like no one else. He also knows his friends like no one else. If you look deeper, there is Deepak in one of your employees' social network. Can your organization reach out to this Deepak through the influence Anand has? This is what WhistleTalk brings. I mean, helping your organization to reach out to your employees' friends for jobs that are typically matching, relevant jobs that are typically matching your friends and bring them to your organization. In this way, your organization is spending more of your hiring budget on your own employees as referral bonus. So we supercharge referral hiring by helping you organizations to leverage the social network of your employees. So did you know, if your company has 1,000 employees, their social network reach is roughly around 2.5 lakhs people. Who are these people? These are people who work with you in your past companies. These are people who work with you in similar projects. These are people who have similar education background. We help your organization to bring these people, which are more relevant, which are similar to your current employees, to your organization. So what are the challenges of referral hiring? I mean, we are solving two things. One is employee participation in referral hiring programs. Typically, it's very low. Second thing is that your company has hundreds of jobs, and your employee has 500, 600 friends. Who has time to match these jobs to each of your friends and recommend that these are the jobs which matches them? Typically, the way referral hiring happens today is if one of your friends gives you a resume, you just pass it to the HR. That's how referral hiring. We turn this around and see that, okay, for every job that is there in the company, these are the friends which matches this job. We want to share it with them and bring them to your organization. So we start with your employees, make the job descriptions, and reach out to your employees' friends and bring them back to your organization. So typically, not only from your first circle of friends, from your friends and friends of friends, we are able to bring some of the relevant candidates back to your organization. From a USP perspective, we are a referral hiring application. It's not a job board, it's a referral hiring application. So when the employees comes on board, they can bring all their social network, whether it is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever social network they are part of, they can bring their social network to the WhistleTalk platform. But once your employees comes on board, we understand what is the typical hiring pattern in your organization. We try to bring more people which are matching these candidates to your organization. This way, we don't have to broadcast every job that is there in the company to all your friends. We pinpoint right candidates, send it to the right people. So the spam quotient of WhistleTalk is absolutely nil. And this is absolutely simple and easy to use. There is no training that is required. 30 minutes to just set it up. There is no spam. Privacy is protected. The confidentiality is protected, secure, and no spam. So your hiring manager is happy. He is able to get the right candidates faster. Your HR recruiting team is happy because they are able to reduce the load. And your HR is happy because they are able to reduce the hiring cost. More importantly, your employee is happy. He is able to get the referral bonus and bring some of their friends back to your organization. So we have a 30 days free trial. Try it in your organization, see the value, and then only you will take it home. Thank you very much. Vinu.
I'm in your LinkedIn profile. I haven't given you permission. I know people have thousands of people in LinkedIn. They don't even know that they have it. So where does that leave me as a candidate?
So if you are connected to one of your employees, then only we will be able to recommend. So we recommend people in the social network of your current employees.
I'm just saying the social network is such. I know people have 2,000 people. They don't even know that we are in the same profile. So my privacy is compromised. So where does that leave me as a candidate?
No, on the other side, unless you are connected to one of the employees, we are not able to reach out to you. It stops there.
So thanks for this, Vinu.
My name is Sachin Agrawal. I'm a startup. I'm the co-founder of ePoise. Thanks for the opportunity. It's great to be here today. So ePoise is an on-demand digital interviewing and screening platform started by Bishan and I. We both, Bishan is there. You probably met him, doing the rounds. We work together as colleagues, and then we are also alums from London Business School. And this is something that we feel very passionate about. So what we are doing here is focusing on talent acquisition and trying to solve some problems. So essentially 3 components of our solution, and I put them in context here. So there is a self-service digital interviewing platform which addresses the scheduling and screening issues that I think the audience here is probably better aware than anybody else. And then there is an expert community that we have built which helps companies to augment or complement the in-house expertise that they may have or may not have, or some people are busy, they don't have time to do interviews. And then there is the third component of the solution, which is to help improve the response rate of your sourcing. So how do you attract talent better? So those are the 3 components of the solution. And let's look a little more into the details. And I've bucketed largely into screen and select and sourcing, as you see here on the slides. So if we look at screen and select, right, the typical problems that all of us have encountered as hiring managers, you have seen them at close quarters as HR managers. There are inflated resumes, there are scheduling nightmares. A lot of time is spent doing first round interviews, and we want to have our best guys do the interviews, otherwise we get bad eggs. And typically with 70 to 80% rejection rate in first round interviews, a lot of that effort gets wasted. So how can you make this whole process more efficient, and how can you break some of the barriers of geographic constraints? So, so that's what the video interviewing solution does. It enables candidates to take these interviews anywhere, anytime. And so let's go through a scenario to quickly explain you. So you have a position, and think of this as a solution for 3 to 7 year experience profile candidates, right? So you have a position, there are these 10 questions you want to ask various candidates. You have sourced these candidates from Naukri and Monster, and some people have applied to this job posting on your company website and wherever. So there is a list of 40 that you want to deal with. So you set up these questions and you send them a link, and an email goes out from our system. And then they see these questions. So they see the first question, they respond to it, and then the whole thing, their response is recorded in the video and they submit it. Then they see the second question, they record their response, it goes in and is recorded on the cloud. So the whole interview is recorded on the cloud, right? And then you are able to therefore see this anytime, anywhere. You can see all the other candidates' responses anytime, anywhere. And therefore, by making it asynchronous, the whole scheduling issues and the time that the evaluator and the candidate needs to spend together, that barrier is broken. And within your organization, you can have one colleague looking at, let's say if 20 people have responded, 10 of them, and the other can look at the other 10, their ratings can be combined and can be averaged, right? So all that flexibility exists. So this also, by the way, makes it more transparent and consistent, because the same question is being answered by everybody, and the same set of evaluation parameters are being applied. Makes it faster and cheaper, as you would imagine. So the second part is expert community. What some companies told us is that I don't want to deal with first round interviews and you have your expert evaluate, because I think these are fairly standard skills, and I will just work with the second round. It will save me a lot more time and effort. So in our first offering, which was an MBA a mentoring and career guidance platform for MBA students. This was the first thing that we started as ePoise. We built a huge community of industry executives who acted as mentors and experts. So we have that community, and those people participate in this solution as experts, and they are able to lend their advice for economic reasons. And then the branding and engagement also works, and I can take questions to explain more. So just to give you a sense of the results that we obtained working for a IT services company, and the reason I'm sharing the results from an IT company is they were testing hard skills, not some fuzzy sales kind of requirements. All right, so fairly interesting results, as you would see. Scheduling effort and consultant time doing first round interviews reduced to 0. And these are just some results which show you that a lot of skills were evaluated other than communication skills. All right, I'll take the questions.
So one burning question, yeah, go ahead. It's
Hello. Is it working? Audible? So,
Okay.
hi. My still is working. My question is, the video interview is a great concept. Definitely it can help with a lot of administrative constraints. But my experience with Indian demographics says that we are not yet very comfortable and confident in a online or a video. And there are a lot of candidates, people who are not very comfortable with that impersonal medium like a video interviews. So how do you tackle very strong subject matter expertise, people who are extremely good at what they do but are unable to communicate in such forums?
So what we have seen is that, obviously there is no one fit, solution for everyone, right? It's a question of cost versus benefits, and increasingly we are seeing more and more people participating in social media, so they are on the net a lot, and then increasing use of YouTube, I think, is a great validation to show us that more and more video is a most common form of kind of communication between people, and most effective medium of communication as well. So there is a certain segment, and probably you cannot deal very effectively with that segment. But the target segment for this is the 3 to 7 year kind of an experience profile, which I think is the generation Y, which is kind of more and more eager and attuned to this.
Thanks, Sachin. So, entrepreneur who will present is Harpreet from QwikCilver. Investors are the worst people to judge ideas. I think they're right. And I'm hoping that these 8 entrepreneurs at least will go back with a lot of encouragement and hopefully some business as well.
My time starts when I start speaking, right? It has started. And when you tell me 1 minute, just be a little kind.
Harpreet is from IIT Bombay. I'll be a little kind to him. So I've not yet started your time.
So, I'm Harpreet. I'm the co-founder and CEO of QwikCilver.com. The name comes from the first 2 letters of 3 words, connecting colleges and companies. QwikCilver.com. We've been around for some time, around 4 or 5 years. We've already gone to some ETH. He showed us off. We went to other venture capitalists. Thankfully, one of them gave us a couple of $1 million. We took it, spent it, and we're back here selling. Right? So, and someone from NHRD told me that you have 5 minutes and you talk about what is going to change in the industry and less about your company. So, we'll try doing that. Last 12 months, this is what we have done. But while all of us are sitting here, and in the last few years, the recruitment world has been changing. The way recruitment happens has been changing, right, continuously. And there's one main factor that is contributing to it. And that factor is that technology has made us all more connected. So every day as individuals, we generate so much more data than we previously used to. Right? So we have a laptop, we have iPad, we have our phones, and we have so much more data available to analyze that was not available 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Right? So one question for everybody here: how many of us have used Naukri.com? How many of us have used LinkedIn? Not as individuals, to hire people.
Shall we keep our hands up like this for the next 5 minutes?
You could try years ago to hire. Very few, right? So the way the hiring on LinkedIn has been going up, right? Why is hiring on LinkedIn going up? Right? For the very simple reason that LinkedIn has now more data points about each individual than other job portals available out there, right? This is what is happening. Recruitment platforms are splitting. Because of the amount of data being available, LinkedIn can give you much more accurate feedback on a candidate. The candidate goes there more. And this split is happening. We go from less data points to more data points. But there's some limitation, and one, you could call it blue ocean, which is empty. So is it possible to hire a 0 to 2 year experienced candidate or a fresher through LinkedIn? Right? It is not. Why? Because the kind of data point that LinkedIn looks for are not available there. Right? He doesn't have prior experience. He doesn't know a particular skill set. Right? He probably has a degree from some ABC XYZ college and probably 6 months of experience or less. So data points are not available. Right? That is where we come in, and we say that for less than 2 year experience, there is a play where a company which is into assessments and is able to get more data points about candidates can change this entire equation. Okay? And this is what we do for corporates. QwikCilver today is India's largest fresher hiring and assessment platform. We reach out to close to 3,000 colleges across India. We have 1 million students on the platform, 0 year, 2 year, 1 year. In the last 1 year, we ended up working with 400 clients, 7.5 lakh assessments conducted across 250 cities, right? In corporate offices, in colleges, in other venues, on the ground physical assessment, but happening online, right? Our 100% internet-based solution, which offers you greater control for what you're doing with features called Eye in the Sky, which lets you see what the candidate is doing at all points in time. So we're looking for hiring 1,000 people. 5,000 people are taking assessments across India. You can at any point in time see what is happening with that candidate. What is the candidate doing on your platform, right? This is used by all these corporates. The other solution we have is pre-assess, which essentially is an amalgamation of colleges across India where candidates are pre-filtered and available to you at a click at no cost, right? We have Devalina here from GMHR in UB Group, one of our clients. She's just published a case study with Harvard Business Review. One of the points it talks about is that for a company which hires around 30 people, 40 people, the saving could amount to around 10 lakh rupees, and for an IT company which hires around 500 people, the saving could amount to around 2 crores. Right? The key thing is to make the job of HR painless, and it will save cost for you. Right? So this is QwikCilver.com. I'm open to questions. I mean, crystal clear, or nobody understands?
You do make it easy for the companies and the candidates to get in touch with each other.
So we do 2 things for companies. One is campus hiring. We can bring the entire campus hiring process online for you, right? From the first time you meet the candidate to the time he actually joins the firm. Sourcing, assessment, and engaging. And the standalone solution is also Assessment Plus, which is used by around 400 companies across India, where you can assess candidates from 0 to 4 year experience.
I think let him, since he has the mic, and you can come to the next one. Okay, he's yielded to the lady.
Okay, I understand that assessments are customized. So could you please explain to us how you parameters so the assessments are customized? So how do you customize assessments? Can you please walk us through the process?
So I'm thinking it's a long process, right? Overall, to customize the assessment. So 2 things have happened. One, because of the course of working in multiple companies, now we have domain-specific assessments, which generally most companies pick. At the same time, we can work profiles, right? At the same time, I'm saying I can, after this, talk to you more about how to customize.
Thanks, sir. No, I think.
Am I visible? Pratap from QwikCilver. One reason why we should be a game changer for HR is that 5 years ago when we started off, and now we've scaled new heights. It was 4 in heels about 5 years ago. Now we've got Kalapa, Arvind, Sanjida. We are 6 feet 2 inches now. So we certainly have scaled bigger heights over the last 4 years. We've had smarter, more athletic guys on board with us. That's really helped us scale up much faster than what we could do earlier. So just to tell you about QwikCilver, it's been a company which has been pioneering, okay, after a lot of HR talk, I'll be talking for the next 4.5 minutes is about gifting, shopping, and indulging yourselves at retail stores and making your employees shop better, shop smarter, and being able to be happier with the way they are able to get gifted and reward each other. That's what we've been looking at. So who are we? We are a company, gift cards in India. We built an enterprise class SaaS product platform which has been deployed across large format retailers, across large corporates. when we say a Shopper Stop, a Lifestyle, a Westside, a Microsoft, a Yahoo, an Intel, for various kinds of programs which each of these corporates require for their own internal reasons. It could be for food court management at a Yahoo, it could be for a gifting solution across all the stores of Shopper Stop, it could be for a gifting solution for Flipkart and on their portal to enable their consumers to pick up products of their choice. So fundamentally it's a platform which is being built across these platforms to make gifting and shopping much better for consumers across the Indian marketplace. And one success, and it's been a long haul over the last 5 years, and so we've raised funding from 2 leading venture capital funds, Accel Partners and Helion, and they've really stood by us, and they've been pretty good venture capital investors who believed in this cause, and they've not been, and we've been happy going to meet them in a blind alley as well, so it's been really good with them. Leadership in the gift card category for India, and over 90 launched across markets, across categories, are managed by QwikCilver on the QwikCilver platform, like I mentioned about the brands that we manage. So fundamentally, it's a robust, versatile technology platform which has been flexible to handle the intricacies and complexities which each corporate would have across their own ecosystems. And we currently have programs, more than 400 programs running across various corporates and retailers in India. That's what we are. So why QwikCilver is a game changer? It could be, so there are 3.5 million happy reasons over the last 4 years that we've had so many consumers and employees who've been using our product marketplace, where we are the technology backbone for each of these corporates, each of these retailers across their respective stores and portals. And so we've been adjudged the best prepaid service provider by Global Prepaid Exchange, which is a global body tracking this category across marketplaces in the world. And a rewarding experience, what we do right from gift card programs that we manage to designing services for the retailer or for the corporate. A corporate says, I want, right now I'm just coming from meeting with a large corporate who says, I'm there for tomorrow, I'm the HR manager, I'm going to give to my 25 people and we want a customized card which has got to be delivered there for tomorrow morning. Is yes, thank you, we can do that for you. So they want a customized message on the card with the name of the individual printed, or that's made available. So it could be a physical card, could be a virtual card, could be a card delivered on the mobile. So it could be a virtual card which could be directly shopped by the employee at a physical store of the brand, be it a Titan, be it a Nike, be it a Shopper Stop. We've enabled those kinds of features for employees to shop at. And food court management technology that we've enabled for employees of these corporates. Each corporate has their own policy about, one company says, I've got a corporate policy with free lunch, another corporate says, no, my employees pay for the lunch, but we want a far more seamless program to manage this through a card-based solution in a closed-loop manner. We enable such programs, and it's been running for the last 3+ years across these large corporates.
47 seconds.
Right, so we are across and corporates that we run, and food court programs that we manage across Microsoft, Intel, Saskin, Yahoo, and so buying gifts used to be a problem for consumers and for employees. That's been made far simpler. Giftpick.com is a portal that we have launched to enable brands and consumers and corporates to engage with each other far more effectively. It's a marketplace for gift cards that we've launched. Fundamentally, gifting as a platform is made that much more interesting, and these are some of the examples of brands who've launched, be it Microsoft for the gift big card, be it Texas Instruments for their 10-year awards, be it even a SME with like an Altair or a Proximo. So right from large corporates to small SMEs, we work with them to enable them to gift to their channel partners and gifters. Food court programs, we've got programs which are running for their employees. Redemption process far more seamless, which could be run. Some of the media which is kind of go discuss. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good, thanks. You want to transfer your question or you want to hold it for employees? My worst fears are
survey that have been conducted showed that Indians love to get loyalty points for shopping at a particular destination like Shoppers Stop and Westside. All of that have that. Now, would your card be? Would there be an embedded loyalty program, or would it be? Can I integrate this card with the one that I already have to gain the points? Shoppers reward or loyalty points?
Yes, fundamentally how the corporate or how the brand wants to run their program. So we manage it for Cafe Coffee Day, where a loyalty feature is is also loaded onto their prepaid card program. So a consumer walks into a shop, a Cafe Coffee Day, and purchases a 250 rupee Cafe Coffee Day card. Another 5% is loaded up from Cafe Coffee Day. We've got Bala from Cafe Coffee Day who's here. But his marketing team has launched a program where a loyalty feature is also added on there. So such features are enabled, be it across, say, a shopper stop also. From a technology standpoint, we enable such features as well. But fundamentally, it's the call of the prerogative of the brand or the corporate. So likewise in food court programs, okay, the employee buys a card for 1,000 rupees they load, and they want to put another incentive of 2% loaded by the corporate. Such features are there. Or if it's freely provided, snacks of 500 rupees provided free by the corporate. Those are features which are enabled from our technology.
Exactly. Thank you. So that is important from my
Yeah.
point of view. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we can have now questions to any of them. You can go ahead and
Engagement, right? See, how do we help companies engage? So for example, Mindtree is a customer, and Mindtree said, I've offered all these candidates across campus. I've offered all these candidates across campus. I want to engage with them till the time they join. To bring all of them on a platform, you can all go to QwikCilver.com/Mindtree. Then Mindtree can share things with all these guys, right? And there is segregation available about who they want to share with, what they want to share with. Engage with these candidates till the time they join. And that's what Mindtree is doing right now. For example, all the batches have not been, have not joined the company. They're engaging the candidates so far. Another example, there is Edison, which runs partly their training program on the platform as well. So a week of training, they have been able to let go of, save their cost there by bringing it all on QwikCilver.
all the questions have been from the first 2-3 rows, except for the first question that came from there. So, yeah.
That's why we asked if he was visible.
Yeah. Any questions? Otherwise, there won't be any other chance to meet these enterprising entrepreneurs.
Assessments. I have a question on the assessment side.
Please.
For HR. So assessment tools I've used, there are several platforms which allow you to do that. I would love to have something like, if I'm evaluating you for that matter for project management, I have to know of if this candidate has taken earlier other, tasks on your platform for which you have the data available about this candidate. Would I also get to see, or a teaser for me, would you also like to see his communication skills? Would you also like to see his negotiation skills? Would you like to also see, because it is available with you, because he has taken in the last 6 months or so. I'm looking for something like that so that, it gives me a more comprehensive, a long-term based, interest in a candidate.
So I'm on board with you on that, right? Today, what you'll be able to see is that we have a pre-assessed pool of candidates, which is across, let's say, 1,000 colleges in the country. There are around 30,000 candidates there. For those candidates, you'll be able to see, they have given a 3-hour comprehensive assessment. You'll be able to see all of these things. For other candidates, you will not be able to. And I think it's just dipping the buckets, dipping the tip of where assessments are going to be. In my mind, what you said is, can you see what this candidate was like 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Right? And I think where all of this campus hiring and assessment piece could go to is, rather than a 1-hour assessment, 2-hour assessment, companies could say, I want to engage with the college and the candidates for a period of 6 to 8 months before they join the organization. I'm going to share all this stuff that I have about my company, about the skill that they should have, and be able to analyze how the candidate engages with my company over a period of 6 to 8 months, and use that as a continuous evaluation mechanism, and then make a call. That I think is the end goal that we could reach to. Today, partly available, and then customize the system.
It will come to you. I think all of us in HR, many of us may have dreams of becoming entrepreneurs. There are 1 or 2 challenges maybe 2 or 1 or 2 challenges you went through. Is it only functional competence? Is it commercial skills? Is it interpersonal orientation? Is it networks? How did you cross that hurdle? And submit to you towards the end to sum it up. How, when you as a VC or you are an entrepreneurial promoter, what competencies you look at this type of professionals or aspiring minds to promote that? So Samir, you are the end, and panel, each 1 or 2 points, please. Thank you.
The challenge is to identify which are the companies which are more acceptable to such idea and reach out to them. So finding those such early adopters is one of the challenges that we have faced.
Vitar from QwikCilver. I think one of the first steps is to taking on this plunge of entrepreneurship or even joining a smaller outfit is the conviction at home. You have the spouse supporting you, I think the 80% of your job is done. Either way, it's the male or the female who's going to take this plunge. But that's a big thing because it's going to be quite a nerve-wracking experience over one year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And if the environment at home is not really conducive, then I say don't take that plunge. Continue with a big job, continue with another organization. And after that, yeah, like Vinod said about each of us would have our own passion and our own conviction about it's the greatest product we've built on earth. And but that would not be visible, that would not be acceptable to the prospect or the customer. But I guess that there would always be some light, there would be some customer. That customer could be, like in our case, one salon lady who was in Kasturi Nagar, who kind of probably took pity on us and said, "Chalo guys, you guys have been so passionate, we'll start off with you." So she launched a salon gift card program in Kasturi Nagar, and we were so delighted, so excited. And then after that, but it's just keep at it, and you will just that conviction you bring to it, things will just fall in place. Probably fate will ordain and just happen. Things will just happen. I just can't say anything more. Apart from, of course, the fact that VC journeys are going to be there. There are going to be lots of people who will show you a way, like well, like it's happened to most of us. But then there will always be somebody who kind of shares the same journey or shares the same probably belief that you have, like we've had with our own VCs, and would be there in it with you and guide you. And there will be customers as well who would probably support you as we go along. And at the end of it all, you should be enjoying it yourself. Otherwise, there's always the option to go back to a company. It's ultimately that.
Very well
said. Makes sense.
5 years ago, I was 25, 24 and a half probably. I've been working in the corporate job for 1.5 years old. The reason why me and Vibhor started together, we first year in NHRD Bombay, and we started the company together, was that we believe we have one life to live, and we didn't want to be 40, and say there's something I could have done at 25. That in our mind was the key reason to leave our job and say, yes, we have to go across and take a push and do what we want to. I remember that one of the first time that I called up an HR. So we did not know any HR. So only our own company HR, they didn't hire a lot. So found references and called up. I found the HR head number and I called him. It was I think 10:30 in the morning. I was in Gurgaon and the guy was in Noida. And I said, "Hi, I'm so and so, and I want to meet you." And okay, I find this is interesting. Let's meet. We'll meet. And I said, "Okay, can I come at 2 o'clock?" Like, I thought I'm in Gurgaon 10:30. I just get dressed up. 2 o'clock I've been in the office, right? So it has been a learning curve since then. And it has been an awesome journey. At no point have we said, "Oh, we should have only stayed on to our jobs." And I think if you push, the world will change for you.
Very well. Confidence in, I think any of these HR issues. I think it's a lot of this is hard work. A lot of this is luck, and some things work at some times and some things don't. So one thing that I face quite a bit is going through these highs and lows. Some days you will just feel very good about some small change that you've done in your model, and you feel this is the silver bullet. Very soon you realize that nobody else seems to appreciate this, and your customers don't seem to see it in that light. So I think it's good to have some kind of a support system around you, some people you can talk to. I think your better half was something that my colleague pointed out here. But I think your friends, maybe some people who just want to give you a good ear and maybe pep you up. I think that helps.
Of them have really spoken from the heart in answering Gopal's question. So Gopal, thanks for asking that. And I think all 4 of them deserve a big round of applause.
Platform of industry skills and expertise.
And to that lady there, do you want to?
Were you this close to going back to a job? Because were you ever close to going back to a job? Because I mean, maybe at 25 your parents, it's good. He doesn't have the baggage of a spouse. I'm thinking.
In our, by the way, so you can answer. In our hearts, we find those 5 minutes every day.
Since we work with large, in our case, we work with these large corporates, and whenever we go, there was the slightest thought of it coming up. We see these large organizations with some 5,000 people sitting there. That itself is a big turn-off for us. Oh boy, if we ever land up there, that itself is a big boost for us to go back to our small cocoons and say, yeah, so happy we're not a part of that place. And that keeps us going, actually.
In fact, for me, it's the other way around. Thinking about the possibility of going back to a job makes you work harder.
And Vinu, you want to add anything?
We are just started, and I don't think we have reached that stage.
So thank you very much, all of you, Sachin, Harpreet, Pratap, and Vinu. Let's have the entrepreneurs from View First, Mindscape, My Paricha, and Great. Important thing, and I think all of them kept time very well. So we'll start with View First, and I have in my order View First, Knowlescape, My Paricha, and Great Tip in that order. So we'll start with View First, Sunil. 5 minutes, and Vish, how are we doing on time overall? How much time do we have? When do people have dinner and all that stuff?
We can go up to 8:30.
Oh.
So, first of all, Sachin, I think, stole all our thunder. We seem to be in the same space
of video interviewing. So, and perhaps I'm not going to need 5 minutes for pitching. So View First is a company which we started around 4 months back. Myself, Ravi, and Chetan, who is the CTO of the company, we got together and we got this idea. We thought it's a very original idea of making people take video interviews. So View First is a cloud-based video screening platform which can make your search for the right candidates quick and easy. So using this platform, we are emphasizing that 2 things will happen. You will make your recruitment cycle faster, and you will have major productivity gains by saving the time of the hiring managers who end up meeting a lot of candidates and taking face-to-face interviews. So in the current recruitment process, the challenges that we see that the organization faces, as I mentioned, the amount of time that is spent by the hiring managers. So hiring managers end up meeting around 8 to 10 candidates for identifying a suitable hire. And during the course of the interview, most of the interviews, they realize in the first 5 minutes that the candidate is not suitable, but they still end up spending those 30 to 45 minutes taking the interview. And for the HR team, there's a lot of time spent in coordinating all these, scheduling and coordinating all these interviews, calling up candidates, calendars of the hiring manager, etc. So there's too much pressure on meeting numbers on time. And for the candidates, the challenges are that they have to, in a city like Bangalore or in any urban environment, they have to take a half-a-day leave, full-day leave, and there is a waiting time and travel, etc. So our solution is very simple. So if some of you got to see our solution, you would have seen that we have focused majorly on keeping the interfaces, user interfaces, extremely simple, extremely easy to understand. There will be absolutely no training that would be needed to implement this solution. So it's as simple as that you create a job code, send invites to candidates, ask the questions that you want to ask. The candidates will get an email invite. They will log on to the platform, which is a SaaS based hosted on the cloud, and they will be able to record an interview extempore, answering the questions that is being asked by the hiring manager. And then the hiring manager, in her free time, whenever she gets time in between meetings, or when she's traveling, let's say back from work to home, they can use any device, either it's a tablet or the smartphone, and they can view these videos and assess these videos and to accept, reject,